was a happy little blonde girl without a care in the world. I had an amazing older brother and two great parents. I loved life. Fast forward a few years, and many things began to change. We moved to Panora, Iowa, adopted a bunch of animals, and began a new life. Now, fast forward even more to my senior year of high school, the year of even more changes. Senior year was a tough year. I had good days, but I had more bad days. I was diagnosed with depression in January of 2014. That happy young girl was trapped in her own mind. I struggled a lot. I cried every day. I was constantly snapping at people. I just wasn't myself. Luckily, I had my cousin Aaron there to help me. Growing up, I had never been religious. I never went to church. I knew little to nothing about the Bible. And at the time, I didn't care to know. On one of those bad days, I was talking with Erin, and she suggested that I go to church with her. Erin began to explain to me that before my grandmother had died 10 years before, she asked her to keep me in the church. It was a hard blow to the heart. Talking about my grandmother never gets easier, and after that, I knew I had to try going to church for Mimi. I went home that night and found a quilt my grandmother had made me before she died that I hadn't seen in 10 years, and I could tell this wasn't a coincidence. When looking closer, I noticed an embroidered patch on the underside of the quilt. It says, "Emma, God loves you. Love, Mimi." That's when I knew God and Mimi were watching over me. I still struggle with depression, but I've made several amazing friendships while being here at Iowa State that help me in unimaginable ways. And I am closer than ever with the Lord, and He helps me the most out of everyone. Days are good, days are bad, but in these hard times, I've found myself.